twitching. Lindsey glanced down at the top of her desk to keep from laughing.
"Excuse me."
Lindsey turned her head to see a man standing at the corner of her desk. "Hi, may I help you find something?" she asked.
"I hope so,"
he said. He sounded worried. The man was middle-aged with just a hint of gray hair starting at his temples. He was wearing a short-sleeved collared shirt and a muted plaid with navy pants and brown shoes. He looked to be somewhere in his mid to late 40s, but his forehead had worry lines going across it, and his blue eyes looked concerned. "Well, let's give it a try," Lindsey said. She gave him a reassuring smile. "Tell me what you need."
"I grow roses," he said, "but I'm new to this area and I'm not sure that my garden can survive the drought we're having. Do you have any books on growing roses specifically along the shoreline or in drought conditions?"
"Thanks to our local garden club, we have an excellent collection on that subject," Lindsey said. "I'll see what's available."
"Thank you," he said.
Lindsey searched the online catalog, limiting the results to the items that were currently available. She found 3 books on roses, but they weren't specific to the region. Still, they might have something in them about dealing with drought conditions. She noted the call numbers and then did a quick check of the local community web pages that they had bookmarked on the reference database by organization. She found several local gardening groups and one that specialized in roses. She swiveled the monitor on its base so her patron could see it. "We do have some books in, but they aren't specific to the area," she said. "However, there is a local rose club, and I am sure they can help you with your concerns about the current drought. Would you like me to write down their contact information for you?"
"Yes," he said. "Thank you. This is great."
Lindsey smiled. She took a piece of scratch paper and wrote down the name of the chapter president and her email address and phone number. She handed that to the man and then rose from her seat and said, "Let's go see what's on the shelves." As she led him through the stacks of books, she asked, "So you're new to Briar Creek?"
"Yes, my wife and I just moved here a few months ago," he said. "Just in time for me to plant a rose garden, but then this dry spell hit."
"It's a bad one," Lindsey said. "I've only been here for a few years myself, but the locals tell me that they've never seen anything like it."
"I hear the town is planning to ration water," he said.
The lines in his forehead deepened. "There has been some preparatory talk about that, Mr. I'm sorry," Lindsey said. "I didn't introduce myself. I'm Lindsey Norris, the library director." She held out her hand. The man stared at her and then her hand for a moment, and she wondered whether she had offended him.
"Aaron,"
he said.
"Aaron Grady. It's nice to meet you."
He clasped her hand and gave it a firm squeeze before letting go. Lindsey smiled and continued along the shelves until she reached the gardening section. She followed the Dewey Decimal numbers until she found books specifically about roses. The 3 books the online catalog had listed were there, as well as 2 more that she hadn't seen. She pulled them from the shelf and turned to find Mr. Grady right beside her. He was a bit too close, making her feel crowded, so she eased back a step. Instead of looking at the book she was holding, he was staring intently at her, with his hands down by his sides. She'd had this sort of patron before, and they always amused her. They asked for books and she showed them the books, but when she took the books off the shelf, they didn't reach for them. They just stood there. Lindsey often wondered whether they thought she was planning to read the books to them. She usually broke the stalemate by forcibly pushing the books at them. "Here you are," she said. She handed him the stack, keeping the most recently published books so that she could check the index. She flipped to the back and scanned for the word drought. The book referenced several pages on it, so she opened the book to those pages and skimmed the content. It listed different methods to maintain roses in a drought situation and even included a watering schedule. She handed Mr. Grady the open book and said, "This one looks like it will answer your question." The lines that had been deepening